What's going on, Soulful Family, man? How y'all doing? Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate y'all for stopping in. See, we got a few people in the comments already. What's going on, Joe? Salute. Appreciate you for stopping by. Scent of the day is, I'm not even about to try and pronounce that. I already know I'm going to butcher it. But what's that smelling like, Joe? While he getting into that, let's tap in, man. Appreciate y'all for coming out. Welcome back to another Soulful Sundays. Y'all know where we express individuality through the vice of fragrance. Just like the soul, every fragrance can be unique. I know it ain't Sunday, but with Sunday being Mother's Day, I definitely plan on spending the entire day with my mother. So came to have Soulful Sundays on Fridays. Why not? Every day can be soulful. Tonight, man, I got in this past week the discovery set for day 3. Got about 10 2 ml fragrances of all their fragrances here. I've tried and got 4 bottles. I've tried 3 of them and got 4 bottles of 2. And I've been meaning to get my nose on the rest of the house. So I figured I'd go ahead and get a discovery set to figure out exactly, which fragrances I wanted to get a full bottle of, spend some time with. You said it's an earthy fruity floral. Oh, it's earthy and fruity. Okay. I might have to, get my nose on it. Is it Middle Eastern, Joe? Can y'all hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up if y'all can. But as I was saying, the simple set, man, it comes in little 2 ml decants, solid packaging. The ones I've tried so far was Bonnie, Aylin, and La Tacita de Cafe, which Aylin is a vanilla, sweet vanilla, oud style fragrance. Real beautiful, oud, soft, vanilla and the rose in there, real nice. And then De La Cita de Cafe is an amazing coffee fragrance, one of the best on the market. And got 4 bottles of both of those. The next one I tried was Bonnie. Bonnie was, if I'm not mistaken, a mango papaya. Can't figure out how to open this thing. There you go. A mango papaya style fragrance. And I liked it, but the mango in it just wasn't my style. So I said, I'm gonna spend some time with it. I got this decant and the decant I had previously. I'm just gonna go ahead and take the ones I've tried already out. That way we don't end up smelling those a little later and get mixed up. Something dropped. There, let's see the cafe. Which one is this? Downtown Deja Vu, Del Mar, Bonnie. But one of the main things I enjoy about the House of Day 3, he always coming out with some unique and definitely his own style fragrance while maintaining a high quality. So I definitely got to give him ups to that. The blends are usually done very well. So this is just one house I definitely inspire or recommend for people to get their nose on, simply because you're not gonna smell like nobody else. High quality oils, as well as um, the uniqueness and the quality mixed with um, just the all out effort and energy, the love put into these fragrances. What you say, Joe? Yes, and the bottle looks really Middle Eastern. I can hear you good. Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure the mic was good. Christine saying what up to Joe. New here, welcome. I appreciate you stopping by, tapping in with me for a little bit. Scent of the day is Guerlain's Basaka Vanilla. I've actually never tried that one. What it smell like? I'm assuming vanilla, but what else is in it? If you don't mind. I've never tried that one at all. When I checked out the note breakdown a while back, one of the main fragrances I know I was really wanted to get my nose on was that Escandalo. Seems like it's gonna be perfect for the weather right now. It's starting, it's warmed up. It's been warmed up for a little while. And then the new one, Trace Osos or Osis or Oros, whatever. I'm not gonna say not whatever, but I'm a butcher a couple of these names. So might as well get into it. I see we got 7 people in the chat. Drop your scent of the days in the chat, and we're going to get started in a few minutes with the first. I'm gonna start with the newest, which is Trey Osos. Trey Osos, I think it's pronounced. Just gotta find it in here. There we go. Mm. Okay, so you said it's a nice salty vanilla for ruin. Cool. I definitely check that out. Vanilla, I've been getting more into vanillas. I strayed away from because it was a very popular scent that a lot of people tend to, enjoy because it's very mass appealing. But lately, I've been wanting to grab a few just to have in my collection. I know I definitely plan on getting Ani from Nishane. Um, there's another one. I think it was from JPG, Lamal Elixir. It was one I wanted to get. Um, so I definitely check it out on your page because definitely need some more vanillas. I try to stay away from some of the main ones. Let them know, Joe. Hit the thumbs up. Appreciate that. I don't know what just happened just now. 1 second. Hold on. There we go. What's going on, K? Senator Days, Dumont's, uh, Calirio Oros, and I'm exciting Vert. Never really layered, but have it. Oh, but gave it a shot. Sometimes some of the best layering combos come out of mistake, honestly. So you can't go wrong. You might be wearing something earlier, thinking it's gone. You spray something on. Next thing you know, you got a layering combo, and it actually works. I've done it a few times. Um, I got a sample of the Kajal Icon, and I typically layer it with Insidious Ginger from what is Goldfield and Banks, because to me Icon is they're basically the same fragrance, but in Icon they amped up the fruits and toned down the ginger, and the Insidious Ginger basically toned down the fruits, made them more of an undertone, and made the ginger the prominent note. So I typically end up layering those two. But I just realized I didn't give y'all my scent of the day. Man, end up wearing, I've been wearing my decants this week, trying to figure out what I want a full bottle of. I end up going with Summit Hammer from Lorenzo Pesgaglia, and most people should know about it. It's a banger fragrance, but if you didn't, mango pineapple, basically a tropical with some undertones of musk, hints of floral, beautiful summertime banger. Pushes off the skin, lasts all day. Yeah, that Escandalo was definitely one of the main ones I wanted to smell, just simply based off the note breakdown. Mm. Escandalo, did it push off your skin? And how long did it last? Maybe you wore it outside of the gym as well. Definitely clears. But I'm gonna go ahead and tap into the Trey Oros first, since this is the newest fragrance. If I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to give like the just the feel of the Dominican Republic, the atmosphere, and their culture. If I'm not mistaken, so tropical, sweet, warm style. So let's see if I can two good sprays. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm getting some spices. Might be cinnamon. I'm getting sweetness. I'm getting sweetness and spices right off the bat. It does smell amazing. I thought this was something you can wear in the summertime, if not all year round, if I'm not mistaken. But right off the back, it's giving me fall all day. I'm getting some spices, some sweetness. I don't know if it's could be vanilla that's going along with this cinnamon. Maybe there's something like mellowing the sweetness and the spiciness out though. It could be it could be the plantains in here because I did hear it was plantains. But let me look up the notes real quick and see if I can pick up a little bit more after pulling up the notes. So they said the main accords is a sweet amber cinnamon, warm, spicy, fruity, honey citrus fragrance with top notes of pineapple and mandarin. Not really getting those right off the bat. Middle notes of plantain, cinnamon. So I did get the cinnamon, brown sugar, amber, and honey. So instead of vanilla, that sweetness I'm getting is probably that brown sugar and honey. I don't have too much experience with that with brown sugar as a fragrance note, but it's working well. The amber is obviously what's giving this the boldness and the body of this fragrance. I can definitely see myself wearing this on a spring night, on a cool night, fall all day. I'm rocking with this. Quality and the way this is blended is freaking amazing. Because I really can't pinpoint anything besides the cinnamon, and now that I know it's honey and the honey, but the amber obviously is giving it its body, and the plantain is really like keeping the cinnamon and that honey from being overpowered. I can see myself definitely spending some more time with this. I can see potentially being full body worthy. Yeah, it's definitely projects. It's smooth, not offensive at all. It's a head turner, very unique and a great everyday scent. The more I smell it, the more I like it, and it grows on you. That's very good to hear. Because out of all the fragrances in the summer sets, besides the one I had, that was the main one. I was definitely um, looking forward to trying outside of the new one, Trace Osos. Christine, you said it sounds delicious. It really is. It really is. I've never been to the Dominican Republic, but I have had Dominican food, been to Dominican restaurants and things like that. Usually everybody's, you know, well spirited. The smells and aromas coming off the food and being prepared. I can see this definitely being a vibe. It's starting to get a little bit thicker and make it giving me more a little bit more of a gourmand feel. I'm gonna come back to this and I'm gonna save a scandal for a little bit later just because I did one that I wanted to do. And let's go with downtown deja vu. Let me find it. Because apparently downtown deja vu is supposed to be um it's supposed to be basically like your 90s mall feel fragrance. If I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to give you the vibes of being in the mall back in the 90s. If you know, for those who's old enough to remember. Cases, I have a full bottle of downtown deja vu. In the old bottle, I want a full bottle of Del Mar and a Scandalo. I'm gonna do I'm gonna do Del Mar next after downtown deja vu. That way I can get your feedback on it as well. I'm gonna put this on the right hand. See what we get with this one. Yeah, exactly. And that's what everybody says it's supposed to smell like a 90s mall. It kind of reminds me of like a perfume store with everybody spraying a bunch of things all at once, but it doesn't smell bad. It's like just smells like a bunch of things blended and it's working, but it's working. Comes off kind of masculine. Mm, it's different. You said you're old enough to remember 80s baby. Okay. Okay. Downtown Deja Vu is one of my favorites from the house. Unisex, but leans a little femme. I don't know. It's giving masculine vibes to me at the moment, but I wear a lot of unisex fragrances, and unless something is overly floral, I don't call it feminine. So I can definitely see why this was you would say this would lean a little bit more unisex. Would you say does it sort of kind of smell like a t-shirt too? I heard t-shirt. I did hear the Cinnabon notes. Let me look up the notes and see exactly what the notes are for this one. Give me 1 second. Downtown Deja Vu. I'm actually pulling up the notes on the actual website. So they said top notes of fruit smoothie, zesty citrus. The hard notes of fresh new T-shirt, a cosmetic counter. Base notes of cinnamon, suede jacket, and cotton candy. I can see the fresh T-shirt vibes when you mention it. I can understand the cosmetic counter. That also reminds me of a typical perfume store with a bunch of different scents mixed up. It's kind of if I'm not if I'm kind of getting some like kind of some creaminess here as well. So I don't know if that's coming from the fruit smoothie or the cinnabon. I'm not really getting. I get sweetness, but I'm not really getting no cinnamon from the cinnabon. This was something I would get a bigger decan of just because it's different enough to have in the collection, but I'm not sure if I will get a full bottle of this. This is something I definitely would have to spend more time with. Okay, Kay, you say you're an 80s baby as well. That's the generation I wish I was born in. I'm a good old 90s baby. Nah, y'all not the last of the outside generation. We this us 90 babies, at least the early 90s babies, we was outside touching grass too. Joe, you say you're actually from the 70s, 70s baby, still an 80s kid. I can feel it. I can feel it. Hey mama, how y'all doing? Appreciate you for stopping by, tapping in. Okay, y'all just talking in amongst yourselves. But they downtown deja vu is definitely different. I'm rocking with it. I'm definitely rocking. I can see myself getting a 10 mil of that. Going back to this Trace Osos, the cinnamon and that creaminess. I'm assuming it's from the plantain or like the lactonicness. It could be from the plantain. It's definitely starting to come out more. I I can see myself spending some more time with Trace Osos too. I think I'm gonna do what I say I'm gonna do next. Del Mar. I can't remember exactly what this one was supposed to smell like. Before I even smell it, I'm gonna look up the notes and see what the notes are and what I can pick up. So Del Mar is a summer fragrance. It says opens with ginger, lime zest, and bergamot. So I'm assuming this is gonna be more of a summer style fragrance. So the top notes is lime, bergamot, lime zest, heart notes, ocean breeze, jasmine, coconut, warm sand, and white musk. Okay. I can see this definitely being a summertime staple. Put this on the inside of the arm. Yeah, Dukes is definitely here. She always shows support. I love her to death. I'm actually about to go see her as soon as we get off this live. What's up, Spence, man? At work, been listening, enjoying the live. You're killing these names. Though, shout out, bro. Dedrick might be, the Butcher Senior. Tazo might be the Butcher Junior. I'm definitely the Butcher's cousin. Like, I'm gonna do until somebody tells me how to pronounce it, I'm probably going to destroy it. It just is what it is. I appreciate you for typing in, Spence. We got to get up, and schedule and do something. Okay, you said Del Mar is definitely a summer freshie. And I let that oil dry down a little bit. Let's see what I'm getting. Definitely getting the bergamot right off the bat. The ginger is kind of light. It's kind of what is the word? It's kind of salty. It's like a salty, fresh with a hint of spice from that ginger. Like the ginger is definitely playing in the undertones for the main things I'm getting. I'm getting for the most part some citruses, which is I'm assuming the lime and bergamot, and that saltiness from what is it? Let me check real quick. The ocean breeze, I guess a chord that he put in here. Definitely, I can wear this. I can wear this. This is definitely something I can see, whether it's to the gym on a hot, like this is more summer. I wouldn't really too much wear this in the spring, I can see this being very aromatic and wearing on like some of the hottest of hot days. This is a good one. High quality, blended well. I'm not even gonna say that anymore because everything. Uh, what is his name? Mike does with day three is high quality and blended well. So I'm not even going to say too much more about that. You said Son of the Day is your own 2020. Okay. Let me let me know. Hit me up. I got you. We can do Mondays, Wednesdays, live thing. You're trying to hold my bet. I'm gonna definitely be in touch. They switched up my schedule this week, so I don't want to lock in nothing too soon to see how this goes. But I got you. Had to bring it back. This Del Mar is definitely projecting off the skin. Very strong. Summertime, hot days is office safe though. Even though it is projecting off the skin, I would say it's office safe. I won't necessarily say brunch vibes, but I can see myself wearing this at the beach or at the pool. Just giving yourself a fresh, you know, sillage that is gonna, it's gonna give people that beach vibe. What is that? The citrus is in here. It just gives it that little that makes somebody turn their head like that's a little bit different than your normal typical beach attire that beach smell that you're smelling. Del Mar might be a full bottle. Just because I don't have many super fresh fragrances for the high heat. Typically, I stay inside anyway because I hate sweating. But Del Mar could be a full bottle strictly for that reason, for more freshies for me to have in the high heat. Do I think Trey Oros is full body worthy? For me, because I'm big on uniqueness and not having redundancy in my collection, I'm gonna have to wear it. Off the profile alone, I do think it's full body worthy, but I have to see how the longevity as well as in which environment I would more so actually wear it in. Because for me, I can love a scent. I got a couple of scents that I love that I simply just can't wear in many situations. Like main reason why I love Aylin because even though it gives you the same vibe of like Baby Cat and Vanilla Oud from Vertus, I love Vanilla Oud as a scent profile just a little bit more, but I can wear Aylin in almost double the situations. Like Vanilla Oud, typically I will only wear to an event or dressed up. Aylin, I can dress down, I can wear casual, I can dress it up. I just feel like it doesn't have to be as cold to wear Aylin compared to like Vanilla Oud. So I would say I'm gonna have to wear this out, but based off the scent profile alone, I do think it's full bottle worthy simply because the uniqueness and just how good it smells. Because it smells amazing. It's been sitting on my skin a little bit now, and I'm still getting like this cinnamon and like lactonic accord from the papaya, not the papaya, the plantains. So and that's balanced out with some amber, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, scent profile alone, yes. Just got to see, figure out the situation I will wear it in. Feel you have to give every fragrance a full rinse. That should exceed the longevity and these. And if it changes, correct. I definitely agree. Full wearing is definitely needed. Um, for example, I wore sangria yesterday. My first time wearing it, the bubblegum opening that it has, it lasted probably about a good 30 minutes to an hour on my skin. And I won't rock it with it simply because of how long it lasted. Compared, like once it fully dried down, the red wine, and if I'm not mistaken, it's some soft woods and musk in there. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. Can't remember off the top of my head. But the dry down was very beautiful, but I couldn't get over the how bubblegummy the opening was. I wore it again yesterday, got the bubblegum maybe the first 5 minutes, and the rest of the fragrance stood out. So I think sangria and Summer Hammer definitely might end up being a full body now. So full wearings and multiple wearings, I would say is definitely a must when trying out new fragrances and figuring out which ones are going to work for you. I think I'm going to do Philosopher. I think that's the name. Let me check. Yeah, Philosopher. If I'm not mistaken, this was their floral fragrance. Has anybody in the chat tried this one? Let's see. Where we at? There we go. We got to the notes. Spence, you said you tried that one. This one, Philosophy is beautiful. We got top notes of bergamot, cardamom, black pepper, cashmere, and tobacco, Scipio heart, hazelnut, vanilla, absolute, chocolate, and musk. So I was wrong. This is definitely not the floral fragrance. This is giving spices, tobacco spices, maybe that Scipio oil is gonna give it maybe a oud feel with a hint of sweetness and maybe a masculine vibe from the musk. This one, mm, this one might be alright. See what we get in here. In the air, this reminds me of something, but I can't think of what. Out the rip, the tobacco. I'm getting a sweet tobacco, but not like a tobacco vanilla style fragrance of tobacco, but more just a sweeter dry tobacco. The spices is playing off in the background. I'm getting the smoothness from this. I don't know if that's from the leather or the cashmere, but I can see myself wearing this definitely on really cold days. I'm not so much fall, spring. Definitely a winter fragrance. Maybe to cigar lounge, maybe a speakeasy, something dark. I agree, Spence. Definitely date night approved. Could be a date night, something y'all gonna be nice and cozy. I wouldn't do too many sprays of this. I want this to sit, maybe give you a nice, scent bubble, but sit a little bit closer to the skin. This, hey, as much as I like my ouds and my roses, if you want the masculine fragrance out of all the ones I've tried so far, It's definitely for I butcher the name again, philosophia is definitely giving the masculine one so far from the house. Kay, you said you tried the Marlboro Discovery set. Only new one I smelled is a Scandalo. Okay. Mhm. So what's your Kay, what's your favorite from the house? You need it. Oh, if you like Baby Cat, Vanilla Oud, that no style of vanilla sweet, kind of uh darker vanilla fragrance, you'll like Aylin. Aylin is a little bit sweeter. The oud in there is very soft with a very pretty rose note that plays along in the background. To me, I take Aylin over Baby Cat. I take Aylin over Vanilla Oud if I had to pick one because it's more versatile. But I do like the scent profile of Vanilla Oud more. But it's definitely worth the hype. Yes, Christine. Philosophy is definitely speakeasy. You know, cigar bar, cigar lounge. Those dark vibes in the cut, low key, grown grown man vibes. You might want to dress. You can wear it casual, but I dress this up, or at least don't throw on a nice jacket with it. More more grown man vibes all the way. Spence, you said it lightens up real nice and calms down. Okay. Going back over the notes. So I really don't get much of the bergamot, but maybe the cardamom is what's giving it this smoothness in here with the black pepper and cashmere. Because the tobacco in here is very prominent and dry. I definitely get the vanilla. I'm not getting much chocolate. The leather the leather sticks out more than the must. I really don't get the must or the chocolate and bergamot, but I can pick up the tobacco's kind of dry, the black pepper, cashmere, and the sweetness from vanilla, and the leather is giving it that masculine tone. Because typically I'm not a leather fan at all, but the way this is done, I can see myself maybe pulling this off. If not full bottle, I can see myself potentially just based off scent profile, potentially getting at a minimum a 10 ml just to have it in the collection because it's definitely grown man vibes. You stepping out on, you know, with the fellas, if you want to stand out from them and be completely different, this is one I would definitely go with. Yes, a jazz lounge, maybe, a dark comedy show or somewhere where they got some good food. They got a live jazz band or they playing the blues. This is definitely one of those ones for something like that. What we got left? What we got left in the tank? We got Say Less, Escandalo, and Amber Dominicano. I know I'm doing Escandalo last, so which one should I do next between Say Less and Amber Dominicano? Which one y'all thinking? I'm gonna let y'all pick. Quality tequila is the way to go. Let's see. Yeah, I like Baby Cap, and my favorites are Deja Vu, Escandalo, Del Mar, Barney, that I remember. Okay. All good ones so far. Downtown Deja Vu is kind of settled. I don't know if I'm going nose blind to it. More than likely because I can smell everything else. Treosos is going strong. Del Mar, still freshenary. And then, of course, Philosophia, fresh spray, but it's going strong. Bonnie, I like the profile of Bonnie, but wearing it for some reason it just didn't work for me. I'm going to smell Escondalo last, but let's go ahead and get into Amber Dominicano. Uh, Joe's has full bottles in Canadian dollars. It's just a bit over my limit I put for a single bottle, but I might get into 10 mils. I've actually been really diving into 10 mils. I got a few actually, just because I got a lot of fragrances. So at the end of the day, I can't wear everything all the time. To me, it's really gonna have to stand out to be to get a full bottle, or it's gonna have to fit a need in my collection for me to get a full bottle. So I definitely understand that, Joe. Like, as much as I love Narco Oasis, until I finish that 10 ml, I'm not buying a bottle. Unless some crazy sale happens, I'm gonna use my 10 ml till it's gone or almost gone before I get a full bottle. I'm about to revisit now since I still might as well. We can be smelling them, smelling them together. Basically, definitely get a fresh, take on what you're smelling and what I'm trying to describe as we go through them. I'm gonna do Aaron Dominicano next since that was said in the chat. Pull up these notes. Of course, I try to not to worry about the price. I feel like for me, even with everything going up, if I want it, I'm gonna save up and get it. Put something else on the back burner. And the price is the price. But to me, day three is very affordable compared to some of the other things I got in my collection. Of course, I found them on discounters, but I feel like um, for what you get in quality of the fragrance, the uniqueness of the fragrance, the presentation in the bottles, you know, his love, sweat, and tears that he put into perfuming these fragrances, I feel like it is worth the price that he's asking. To me, I feel like he can charge more, honestly, and it still wouldn't be out of pocket if he went up a little bit. But trust me, I'm happy with the price that he has. Yeah, prices definitely started to rise when Dior came out, especially with the elixir. Like prices, just end up skyrocketing. I got 10 mils from 2.5, 3 so it's only half empty. Joe, you have an abundance of fragrance, so I can definitely see that being the case. But I know, well, at least with Narco Oasis, I see myself wearing that a lot this summer. So yeah, I'm probably gonna go through that and have a full bottle by the end of the summer. It's crazy how much my nose has developed since the last time I smelled these. I like a few that I did. Yeah, that can happen. That can definitely happen. And it also depends on the season that you end up smelling those in. Sometimes you smell something in the wrong season, you go back to it, and next thing you know is magic. You either see the magic or you still don't see the magic, and it is what it is. But That was vanilla oud for me. I don't know if anybody in here besides maybe Joel and Spence have tried vanilla oud, but I wore I got my sample and I tried it in the summer. Imagine my surprise when I hated it. Left it on the shelf to the not that upcoming winter to the following winter, and just so happened to go back to it and loved it. Bought it right away. Wore it on Thanksgiving. That's how much I enjoyed it. Enjoyed it. I would end up wearing it on the holidays. So vanilla oud is from Vertus. It's it's a vanilla, of course. Oud it has a little bit of spices, if I'm not mistaken. I can look up the notes. I haven't worn it in quite some time just because it's out of season. But it's a sweet vanilla fragrance with a little bit funky oudiness to it, if I might say. But I'll pull up the full note breakdown for you. I got undertones of woods and things of that nature. So in the top notes, you got saffron, apple, rhubarb, bergamot. The apple plays like almost like a fantasy note where it comes and goes in the background, but I really don't get it too much. I get more so of the vanilla, the saffron. Um, it says it's cashmere wood, rose, jasmine, and slow down. I really don't get the rose and jasmine, but it's probably the blend of how it's blended. It's uh, basically help keeps the fragrance balanced, if that makes sense. In the base notes, you got vanilla, more oud, you get caramel. That helps with that sweetness, the balance, and goes well with the vanilla. Tonka bean, sandalwood, gaiac wood, cedar, patchouli, musk, and vetiver. So you get, for me, for the most part, you get the vanilla, you get the undertones of the caramel, you get a funky oud in the middle and in the opening right off the back that end up toning down and starts to blend well with the vanilla, caramel, and the rest of the woods and the fragrance. It calms down to being kind of soft after about an hour and a half. If I Yeah, it's probably about an hour and a half. That oud and vanilla really starts to gel really well with the rest of the woods. It becomes a very beautiful fragrance, in my opinion. Silent Rescue is giving me a vintage vibe. Didn't notice last time. Silent Rescue. Who's that from? I've never heard of that one. Let me know, okay? Who's that one from? Oh, the brand name is Vertus. Is Vertus. Vertus Vanilla Oud. So let me go ahead and dive into Del Mar real quick. Spray that on the. Let's do the middle of the forearm. This is giving me Fougere vibes. I smell this in the air. It's giving me Fougere vibes. My nose is starting to wear out. When I get too close, I can't really. Hmm. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this is giving me Fougere vibes. I'm getting, of course, amber. It says top notes of cola, lavender, cinnamon, honey, immortelle, divana, patchouli, amber, vanilla, and clove. I'm getting a spicy amber with like an aromatic freshness. I'm not really too big into um, fougères, but it's pretty good. So Silent Rescues with day three. That didn't come in a simple pack. I'm gonna have to go buy that one separately because I want to try everything from the house. Okay, I'm smelling where did it go? Amber Dominicano. And right now it's definitely giving me those barbershop fougere vibes, in my opinion. I'm getting a spicy amber with a slightly aromatic freshness to it. This one might be the best blended out of them all, simply because I can't really pinpoint any notes right off the bat outside of the amber and some spices. But no, I smelled Del Mar earlier. Del Mar is the summertime banger, the fresh aromatic sea salt citrusy style fragrance. Outside of Trey Osos or Oros, Del Mar is probably the closest one. If I had to pick two so far to get a full bottle out of the ones I smell, it would probably be Del Mar and Trey Osos, with Philosophia being a close second. I mean, close third. Excuse me. Amber Dominicano is a mature masculine phrase, not bad at all, but not full bottle for my taste. Definitely understandable. Like, I'm not big into fougères either. Honestly, the only fougère I have in my collection is Second Soul, and because the way Justin did it was just a little bit different that made it more versatile, in my opinion. So I can definitely see, where you're coming from with this one, but it's good for those, older gentlemen who want one of those manly man style fragrances. I can see them definitely, you know, rocking with Del Mar. So since my nose is starting to wear out, I'm gonna go ahead and smell a Scandalo, since this is definitely the main one outside of Trey Osos that I wanted to smell. Put that on inside of the arm over here. Now that's pushing off the skin as well. Okay, definitely getting a fruity floral. Pull up these notes real quick. Um, said this is a citrus, fruity, floral, tropical, sweet, fresh, aromatic, woody. You got guava, lamenta, ginger, rose de may, daisy, jasmine, vetiver, and ooh. Let's get this close up and see. I definitely get a fruity rose with like a light spice from, I don't know if this is the gimmer, the ginger, I'm pretty sure. Because limonada, I don't know what that smells like, honestly. I feel like the guava is what's giving it the smoothness of the fruity rose that I'm getting. I'm guessing that's the guava oil mixed with the rose oil that's smoothing out the rose to giving it a slight fruitiness. The ginger is airy. Hey, I knew I would love this fragrance, but between this and Trey Osos might be my favorite one so far out of this decant set. And as much as I like Del Mar is cool. I like it more so because I don't have many freshies. But scent profile alone, between the Scandalo and Treosos, they fighting for first place. The Scandalo is different. I had to pull up the fragrance on dude phone for him. Yeah, I don't blame you. Like, if it was for YouTube, a Scandalo will be one I wouldn't even tell people about. And this is just off first impression. I wouldn't even tell people about this. They ask me about this, and I tell them something completely different that smells good, and let them do your due diligence, smell it for yourself. But this is gatekeep worthy. Treosos is not gatekeep worthy just because it's not as versatile. So a lot of people, I can't see a lot of people wearing it. But uh Escandalo, top tier. Like, I can see myself wearing this to the beach, pool, casual, to the gym, to work. I drive trucks. For those who don't know, I wear this. If I had an office job, I wear it. Uh, you good? We grown over here. Ain't no need to pause. It's all good. But the Scandalo is my vibe. Fruity, citrus floral, that light, light, soft spices in the undertone, keeping it from being overly feminine. Definitely unisex all the way. Obviously, it hasn't got to the dry down, so I'm not getting any of those bass notes. But right off the back, but they're obviously present, keeping the fragrance from going all the way left in the feminine direction. Yeah, right off the back, the Scandalo is my favorite. Outside of these ones, I ain't gonna put it, test it against Alien and what is it, La Tacita de Cafe, just because I haven't spent more time with those. But these first impressions, Escandalo, Treosos, and then Del Mar is my top three off the bat, right off the bat. I can see myself probably guaranteed almost Escandalo is getting the full bottle. Treosos and Del Mar probably getting the full bottle. Um, Let me see which one. Philosopher is definitely probably getting the 10 mil of that. And if I know I wasn't going to overspray with Del Mar just because it's summertime, being outside, I would get a 10 mil, but probably going to end up getting a full bottle for all three of those. Kind of running out of room. Has anybody got any experience with Say Less? Salute to you, Kristen. Appreciate you for stopping by. Definitely, enjoy your night. Be safe. Much love. The Central is fighting. I can definitely believe it. I can see it. I can see this having a great sillage, and like you outside, the wind catching this. I can definitely see somebody, say you outside walking your dog, somebody walking through the parking lot with you, they stopping you, asking you um, about what you're wearing, male, female, it doesn't matter. I can see somebody wanting to see what you're wearing with this one. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have one. I don't have the room with where my sleeves are. And my matter of fact, I think I just Put it on the bicep, right on the Aries tattoo. My nose is starting to fatigue, but we're gonna see what it's hitting for anyway. Put it right up on the bicep and see what it's going for. Spence, you say less is discontinued. Let me know. Mm. Say less is giving citrus a citrus musk fragrance. Maybe maybe undertone of soft woods. I should have looked up the notes first. See what I could pinpoint from what the note breakdown says. No, say less is not discontinued. It's still on the website. The only one I'm not seeing on the website that I think somebody mentioned was the um I think Kay mentioned it, Silent Rescue. That's the only one I'm not seeing on the website. And apparently they have a new fragrance, Royal Reflection, with I guess they partner with or collab with somebody named Megan Woods. That no down breakdown don't sound bad. Passion fruit, rose, and white musk. Sound like it can be good, but it could also lean kind of feminine. Let me look up Say Less real quick. Notes for Say Less. Citrus musk. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. So top notes: lemon, cedrat, bergamot, heart, iris, candid velvet, narcissus, cedar musk, amber, and rain. I can get the rainy day vibes. Some some citrus and musk to help stand out. But I see they say it's fantasy note of rain, so I'm guessing it just wants to put you in the vibe of um a rainy day or something like that. But I can understand it. Definitely get citrus, musk. That could be iris I'm getting. And it's like not necessarily a dewy day, but just more so of the atmosphere on a rainy day that you smell, mixed with a nice citrus musk. Say less is all right too. This can say less could be definitely 10 mil worthy, I think, in my opinion. Just to recap real quick, you know, before we just hit an hour, a little bit over an hour. I'm not gonna take up too much of y'all time, but off the bat, I know for sure I'm definitely going to get a full bottle of Escandalo, a 10 mil or a full bottle of Treosos. More than likely because it fits what I'm looking for in my fragrance journey. Del Mar is probably going to be a full bottle as well. If I had to pick three or two to get a full bottle of, it would be those two, with a third being either Treosos or which one was it? The Philosophia. So Philosophia or Treosos would be the third full bottle, but 9 times out of 10, I can see myself getting a 10 ml of um, Philosophia and Treosos and full bottles of Del Mar and Escondalo. The Fragrance Decant Boutique, what's going on? Salute to you. Appreciate you for tapping in, stopping by with your boy for a little minute. Spence K. So what's y'all number one? I know K, she gave me her top three. Out of all these right now, I can say Escandalo is definitely up there with Aylin and La Tacita de Cafe, which I have full bottles of already. Just from first impression, it's definitely competing with those two in my opinion. But if y'all can real quick, what's y'all favorite from the house? Spencer K. If I only can have one, I'm probably going Aylin for myself, just because I love Rose and Ooh, and the vanilla is very smooth in that. And I got two coffee fragrances, so if I didn't have De La Cita that De Cafe, I I'll be okay because I still have a coffee fragrance. Spence, would you say I enjoy most of them? I wasn't really feeling downtown deja vu. Definitely understandable. It's different. Like I would be cool with having downtown deja vu for the nostalgia vibes, but I can't really see myself really wearing this on a regular basis. If I was being honest. Bro, look up her R&B real quick. Just dropped last month. I have, and I had to have it been wearing it nonstop. Guess what? That sample comes in tomorrow. I seen too many people talking about it, K, and I was like, yeah, getting the sample. I was like, I won't go blind by it just in case, but the sample will be here tomorrow. If I don't put out a video during the week, 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be my video for next Sunday. Like next week can definitely be a 2 week video type of week because I got so much coming in. I got the new fragrance from Nakartika coming in. I think it's like Limonata or something. It's supposed to be the better version of Hold and God of Fire up there with 1907 style fragrance. So I'm hyped to check that out because 1907 was supposed to be my birthday fragrance, but it just didn't work out with how the way the world works. So I'm gonna get it eventually, whether I get a 10 minute or not. You said a Scandalos is your favorite for you. I can definitely see why. I think after I spend more time, it can compete with Alien. If not being my number one, it might be my number two over Data Cedar Day Cafe. So we gonna see because it's like that. Just one Bonnie. Okay, tropical fruit bowl, mango, papaya, California. It makes sense, Spence. I get it. It makes sense. I bought a 10 ml, grabbed a full bottle once I'm done. And that's pretty much how I'm doing. Like out of the samples that I have, um, because I used to get a sample where the couple of get 3, 4 wearings out of it and still have half of it left, and end up buying a full bottle and now the sample's just sitting there. I said at this point, um, I'm just about to wear my samples fully, and unless just a crazy sale comes out, then 9 times out of 10, I'm probably going to get it. Of course, if it's a crazy sale, but if not, I'm gonna just wear my samples and then get a full bottle once my samples is done. Because it's like, why spend the money on a sample if you're not going to utilize it to the it's its fullest intent. That's how I'm looking at it. So, but man, I definitely appreciate y'all for tapping in with your boy. So it's going to be no video this Sunday. I decided to do this live stream instead. Diving into the house of Day 3 fragrances, which is obviously a unique any niche, beautiful luxury house. Mike really, pours his heart into these fragrances, and you can tell when you smell them. They are top tier fragrances. But I'm gonna go ahead and head out. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. Be safe until next time. Comment, like, subscribe. Peace and love. Blessings.